Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. Back in familiar surroundings, and speaking of surround, he is around, and that's Greg Emerson. And listen, the last time you were here, we just had part of the new set. What do you think now? I mean,
I'm so much more comfortable with the new chairs, and I'm so happy. I will admit that I complained for the last year and a half about what we used to sit on.
Stools.
Yeah, and they were the worst. They were almost as bad as your hairdo right now.
My hairdo? What's wrong with my hairdo?
Well, you come in, you crap on me. I guess it's time to light you up.
But it's, I mean, I'm busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have a, what do they call those, a makeup artist? Maybe I will. I'll hire somebody for
Yeah, you should hire a makeup artist.
somebody upcoming episodes and, you know, groom me and stuff. I mean,
Right.
hence the, you know.
Well, it is.
It's
the season for the gravel.
Yeah, gravel, a little self-promotion. Anybody looking for anything, just give us a call here at Mainly Sand and Gravel, huh?
Yeah.
We're getting it done. I mean, but
Get the dirt at Mainly Sand and Gravel.
we got to see some racing this past weekend, and
Yeah.
seems like it takes forever to get here, but once it gets here, you know, boom, it's boom, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So really
It's
good
kicking
time.
off, you know.
We got a lot of great footage from, you know, Wiscasset opening up, and then, you know, down to Waterford with the MRS, and then, you know, it was my first trek to Waterford Speedbowl, and very hospitable people, and very, you know, I'll be back there. I mean, I was really pleased and really impressed with the facility, and, you know, the racing was good. And
It's a nice little track, and it's right north of New York City, pretty much. You know, which any track in Connecticut really is, but
yeah,
it's like right there. So
you know, now last week's show, we had a couple of. I don't want to call, you know, they're part of the promotion, you know, they're not the
Right.
track owners and stuff, but they're the spokespeople for the track.
Yep.
Ken Minot from Wiscasset Speedway, and really informative of, you know, not only the track itself, but, you know, how he got to where he is and how he started in his announcing career, and, you know, the knowledge that he's got because of those 16 plus years at the
Right.
track.
Yeah, that was very interesting to listen. You know,
Yeah.
Everybody has a story, and it's kind of fun to
And I
hear people's stories.
You know, we love doing the stuff we do with Mainly Motorsports. I love, you know, every season is something new, you know. But the spring is so much fun because you bring in, you know, the ones that want to actively be involved in promoting their operations or their tracks, you know.
or
and,
their team or whatever.
yeah, you know.
And it's a fresh start for everybody.
Yep. You know, we had Chuck Hall on there talking about Speedway 95 and a couple of big events that he's doing a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, last week we had, you know,
Ken Minot.
and then Bob Watson.
yeah.
I mean, who's, you know, I mean, we're Mainly Motorsports. We cover everything, but, you know, obviously, but, you know, Lee USA Speedway did some big events down there this week, you know, this year.
Right.
And this weekend, you know, kicking off with the Governor's Cup, you know.
And still, I think the Governor's Cup late model race last year was one of the best races I saw all year.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it was a product of their new tire rule where they could change tires and stuff, and hopefully, you know, they allow that to happen again. I don't know what the scenario is, but them guys coming in and changing tires and coming from the back of the pack was just a show, you know. And that's kind of what it has to be. Is it has to be a show if it's going to be, you know, interesting and draw in the fans and make fans want to come back, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, no, you're right.
And that was one of the best races that I saw all year, you know. So
Yeah, so no, it should be a good time, and you know, everything is you know, set up for, you know, great racing, a great weekend, and, you know, hopefully the weather cooperates.
you know, and Lee is another great facility with a lot of history, and you know, they do a great job. Red and Judy do a great job. Bob does a lot of promotion stuff, and you know, it's not, you can't say enough about these little places that we call, you know, racetracks.
Short tracks, and
Right.
no, I appreciate him, you know, making the trek up here, and we did a couple of things with him last year. You know,
Yeah.
he was very involved in the All Eras Car Show.
Right.
He came down to Bentley's and brought his radio show.
Yep.
You know, and you know, had me on as a guest, and you know, we talked after last week's show. You know, we're going to do some things between Mainly Motorsports and Lee USA Speedway this year.
Yep.
So, really excited to broaden our horizons and get out there and try to be.
And Bob's one of the people that we've become involved with, as far as he brought it to our attention, I guess, how many viewers that we actually have in the New Hampshire area. You know, we thought that we were pretty much just in Maine, and through stuff that Bob's told us and seeing people at Lee, you know, last year, the year before, we learned how many viewers that we actually have in the state of New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, and it's good. And one of the things that you know, we've done this week, you'll see it on screen a little bit, and we're fine tuning it, is this year bringing back the results. You know, and Lee is going to participate with that, and you know, we're going to have the results each week, so it's your chance, and you know, scroll through. We're not going to read them, but you're going to scroll through and get a chance to see who the top 5 finishes were in the classes and top 10 in some of the tours, and you know, give those guys a, you know, might not win a race, but you know, finish 3rd or 4th, and you know, see the name on TV, and you know, it's a pretty big deal. And might not be to him, but to his wife or his parents or his aunts, uncles, kids, or you know, even that kid to their you know, buddies in school. So you know, I'm going to change some things up this year, and you know, I'm excited. I really am.
I'm sure you got other things up your sleeve you just haven't mentioned yet.
Well, you never know. I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, I shoot by the hip, and you know, literally, right? I mean, just I don't know. It's just so exciting.
What kind of gun do you have?
I don't have a gun.
You don't have a razor either.
What is this? I mean, listen. I'm going to really speed up the search. Really going to speed up the search.
Well, that's why I'm giving you all the graph, because
we're going to keep you around.
You keep putting me down. You keep going to replace me.
Well, no, it's a known fact. We're going to replace you, but not on a permanent. It'll be like a one-off. We're like, lady, you. We need some female, I don't want to say entertainment, but
flavor.
We need that female side of things, you know, and I think we're going to push to kind of get the female side of things. Plus,
show you can do what you want.
That's right. That's right. It took you 100 and so many episodes to figure that out. That's right. But then also we got to, you know, get these girls ready for, and it will happen this time, the 2014 Mainely Motorsports calendar. It's going to happen. Oh, yeah.
Heard about it.
Haven't
seen it.
I didn't think it would be a hit. I really didn't. And I thought I would lose my shirt, so to speak. But after not doing it for 2013 that I wanted to do, and realizing people that really wanted to see it, and you know, some of the female competitors that race cars and or wives of drivers and stuff that really want to be a part of it. So that's one of my goals for 2014, the Mainely Motorsports TV calendar.
So if you're interested, contact S. Perry at mainlymotorsports.com.
mainlymotorsportstv.com. See, you've been here with 2 years, don't even know my email address.
That was off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
I just click on it.
Or if you're that female and you'd like to sit in and co-host for a week, there's your chance, right? I mean, don't cry, sissy, but I mean, just to get your feet wet and see if you want to like. I mean, just to try it out. I just want to have some different, you know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. What do you think?
Maybe it is you.
I don't know. Tell me.
I don't know.
All right.
I haven't broke it down.
But no, we got a great show planned today. We got Wiscasset. We have some Waterford footage, and then we got something going on. We'll come back in a couple segments next Thursday night. Tomorrow night, I should say.
Right.
It is the next Thursday. Tomorrow night, if you're looking for something to do, we got something for you to do.
The 11th.
The 11th. Tomorrow night. So I want to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
It's been a long winter.
But a brand new season of awesome auto racing starts Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. The New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150 for the American Canadian Tour. Governor Maggie Hassan drops the green flag for wheel-to-wheel hot racing action. Plus the Late Model Sportsman and Northeast Mini Stock Tour. Gates open at 10, qualifying at 1:15. Kids 12 and under are free. Free for the annual New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150. Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire.
0% financing for the first time in history on select certified pre-owned vehicles at Southern Maine Motors. Southern Maine Motors is selling so many new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeeps that they are overloaded with great trade-ins. Now with live market vehicle pre-owned pricing gathered by electronically polling over 20,000 pre-owned car websites every hour, they will show you their competitor's closest vehicle and price. Proof that you are getting the fairest deal out there. Visit them on Route 1 in Saco or online at southernmainmotors.com.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Well, I mean, we talked about Lee earlier and going on this weekend, but, you know, the icebreaker down at Thompson, you know. I mean, race fans got two great choices, you know, and Granite State Pro Stock Series making their inaugural visit to Thompson. I know Mike Parks is pretty excited of know, what his third season, but I'll call it his second season.
Right.
He just did I don't even know if they really did anything 2 years ago. They had the Coors 6-pack series between Lee and Kaden, which he was kind of involved in.
This is like the second full-fledged effort, I would say.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a good season, a successful season for them down there, and you know, hopefully they have a good showing at Thompson, because you know that can make or break a year. I mean that's one of those big tracks where they tear stuff up.
Yeah, you crash at Thompson, and it's usually big junk.
Yeah, big junk. So, and then you know, up here in the state of Maine, obviously we've kicked off Wiscasset. Speedway 95 is a couple weeks away. Unity's a ways away. Beach Ridge, but you know, Oxford's going to be doing some practice this week. You know, and, you know, really their first. I mean, it's not an event yet, but it's their first. You know, change of ownership. Weekend. You know, and
change of ownership, change of how things are run, I would say, and you know, by the way that things have gone for you know the Mayberries as far as you know the last few years in the Pro All-Star Series, I mean, there's nothing but optimism going into
the
it.
Premier, you know, one of the premier on the super late model side is the Premier Touring Series on the East Coast. You know,
and pretty much in the country. I mean, they're spreading out everywhere.
Yeah, they're going everywhere and attracting top names, top draws, and you know, look at Hickory a couple weeks ago. You know, and I mean, great race down there. And
they had like 38 cars.
You know, Preston. You know, the Northeast was well represented, and you know, 2 podium finishes and. You know, Trevor had the car to beat till Preston decided to body slam him out of the way, but that's racing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
he's going for the W.
Preston will have his day back, and you know, when he comes to Oxford, they won't be cutting him any breaks.
No.
You know, and then another big deal going on Saturday night is the Save Speed for the Track fundraiser. You know, the 3rd annual Save Speed for the Track fundraiser, and
that's always a good time.
Yeah, it's a chance to. You know, a lot of races get together just before the race season starts. You know. Kind of tough because, you know, I know there's going to be people at Thompson, there's going to be people at Lee, and there's going to be people, you know, practicing at Oxford, so it'll be tough. But they'll get a good turnout, a good crowd, and, you know, a lot of raffles, a lot of drawings, just a good time, you know, some dancing, little adult beverages, and, you know, just a chance to kind of, before you go racing. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing because the last benefit dance that we were at together, and you mentioned benefit dance and adult beverages in one sentence, so it made me think of the last benefit dance that we went to, the benefit dance for JID Racing, and you and your adult beverages and riding the assist chair up the stairs.
Yeah, I was the only one that got to ride it. The lady gave me a ride, right? I always wanted to, right? I've fallen and I can't get up. But, no, it's
I think I got a picture of that somewhere, and if I do, I'm sending it to Dave. And
on the thing.
it'll be on the screen right now.
Yep, me riding up the chair with the lady making sure I didn't fall out. But, no, that'll be a good time. So, I know you can check them out on Facebook. I don't know, I think you can buy tickets to the door. They're not going to turn you away. It's at the Roost. It's, this Saturday night from 8 to 12. All kinds of prizes. They usually put one big thing together, a big award.
Yep.
With it's kind of an auction item. So, it could be a big event. Could be, and it's a great time. Take your team and, your wife, your girlfriend, take anybody you want.
Hopefully it's heat and oil and you win.
Why is that?
So you can heat the studio.
Don't listen to him. What a wine bag you are. Why are you trying to replace me? Because you're a wine bag. I mean, you really are. Oh my God. How's the new job going?
Good.
You ain't wined your way out of that
No.
yet? Oh my God. It's not, I'm in a t-shirt. You've got shirts, sleeves, tank tops, undershirts, underwear. I mean.
I got 3 layers on right now.
Yeah. But before we go to break and come back with our Waterford footage to finish up this week's show, tomorrow night, anybody looking to do something?
Oh, the 11th.
Chicago Dogs, 7 o'clock, dinner date. We've got commitment from me, Sissy Emerson, Recommend, Bob Collette, and Chuck Sanborn. So there's 4 that we know are going. It's a chance to go out, support one of our scroll sponsors, and if you've never, they have great French fries, and you could go have the Dogzilla, the biggest hot dog I've ever seen, known
It's
to
the
man.
biggest hot dog I'd ever seen until we recently went there.
Yeah, so no, it's really a good time, and it's right on Route 1 in Scarborough. We're all going to be there at 7 o'clock. I expect to see some of my beefy friends show up.
You want a crowd?
I want a crowd.
Well,
Let's go and have
the last time we went there, it was you, me, Chuck, and Recommend. What did you figure it out at? There was
half a ton and 4 of us. So I'd like to see a couple ton there. Couple tons of fun at Chicago Dogs.
Now, the last time we went there, the 2 guys that were working, they looked kind of maybe a little bit bored because it was slowing down for the
I told them next week we're going to amp it up. They want to bring their hot dog cooking skills. So yeah, it's a great, and everybody, we've talked to people that we've talked about Chicago Dogs, and it's a chance to come and hang out with us. And
they have wings and burgers,
Yeah,
and
but
if you don't like hot dogs, they have.
Let's see what we can get, and I'll be depressed if only 4 people show up. So don't depress me, right? I know you're going.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. We'll bring some people. So there's your challenge. If you're looking for something to do, and I know Jason Thompson said he's going, so Jason Thompson, you better travel down from Rumford and put a couple dogs into you, right? Don't talk the talk and not walk the walk. So
You got to check out the Dogzilla. I think, aren't you talking about having a Dogzilla eating contest down the road?
Colette says he can do 3. Oh my God. But no, that's tomorrow night. So if you're looking for something to do, everybody eats. So save your money one day, skip lunch, come to Chicago Dogs, hang out with us. Let's talk some racing. Let's talk racing. You know what I mean? That's what we'll do.
It's happening. It's
we'll talk racing about that upcoming weekend's event at Oxford and the Pro All-Star Series and pick your winners, and we'll have some fun there. So it's tomorrow night. So we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll finish this week's show up right from Waterford Speedbowl and enjoy the highlights footage. Thank you to Dave McGuire for everything he does and traveling around, and hoping to do a lot more with him this year. So really excited. So you'll hear from me again, but for Greg, this is probably maybe the last time you'll see him this week. Don't get scared, Greg. Did you see the look? Get scared.
Might not, though.
Yeah, he might not. So we'll take a break, come back, and we'll finish this week's show up with Waterford highlights.
It's been a long winter.
But a brand new season of awesome auto racing starts Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. The New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150 for the American Canadian Tour. Governor Maggie Hassan drops the green flag for wheel-to-wheel hot racing action. Plus the Late Model Sportsman and Northeast Mini Stock Tour. Gates open at 10, qualifying at 1:15. Kids 12 and under are free for the annual New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150. Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. Route 125 in Lee, New New Hampshire.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by...
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, located on Route 1 in Arundel. See why Bentley says, who has more fun than us? We do.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Outside, now all over the rear bumper, still a great battle for that third spot. Well, that is a tug of war between Aston and Eastman. So a couple of piggies. At the front of the field, 8 years old, Anthony Marvin takes it around. And the opening farmer. And trouble for Eastman. Anthony Marvin spun around. We have good news from the accident scene. And Alan Eastman is okay. Everybody is okay. Flying out of the car. number one.
Hey, I'm Kyle Busch, and when I'm in Maine, I watch Mainely Motorsports.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We just made a special purchase of new travel trailers that normally sell from $25,000 to $32,000. Right now, you can buy these for only $19,999. You'll never see this price again. And with payments starting at $179 and no money down. Only 50 units at this incredible price. We also have brand new 2013 campers, not pop-ups, starting at only $89.99.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by...
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations. Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Between you two.
Yeah, you know, luckily I had a car that was decent in the beginning and was able to get by him, but, you know, as the race went on, this car just got worse and worse. It was an absolute handful to hold on to, so, you know, hard racing, but we're going to have to definitely put some holes on this thing for next week. But I got to thank all my sponsors, FMR Racing, Studio Brow, B&M Maintenance, D&G Paving, and really like to thank Flannery. He came aboard Belltown Motors and Belltown Tire. Real glad to have him a part of our team, and all the fans for coming out today. The whole crew worked real hard, and just can't thank everybody enough.
So 4 straight blast-off victories. You must really love Budweiser hats.
No, I do. It's turning into almost like a reunion with them guys. Can't thank Kip Taylor and Budweiser enough. They're awesome, and glad to have them part of the Speedbowl for every opener.
And who's part of your team that helped you get to victory lane today?
I got a lot of people to thank. You know, Mikey, CJ.
Mike Pettit, you mean?
Mike Pettit for the awesome horsepower. Magnus Transmissions. The whole team, they work real hard. I got to thank my wife for supporting me. She put up with a lot the last few weeks, my parents, and just the whole team. They're awesome.
Well, he did it again on opening weekend. 5th year in a row, 4th straight Budweiser blast-off. Keith Rocco. Number 36, here is the entertainer, Corey Hutchings. And you really had to work for that Budweiser hat. It looked like you were on Easy Street, then somebody threw nails in your path. What happened?
I looked at my mirror with a couple to go, and I'm like, oh man, Chris is there. And then he bumped me a little bit. I'm like, wow, he's really there. And then I tried to get on a little bit, and I didn't have a good enough car at the end there. We had a great car for 15, 16 laps, and started getting a little loose. But I can't thank my guys enough. I mean, I was down and out sick a few weeks ago, and I stayed in the house the whole day, and those guys put the car together. I mean, we've been thrashing for the last month, the last 2 weeks especially. I got to thank my wife, my kid, for especially giving me the time in the shop, because all of us make a lot of sacrifice to get these cars here every week. And thanks to fans and Perry Lather Auto Collision Center, New England Fuel, a new sponsor, Alicia Lee Photography, and again, Larry's Auto Machine.
And what better picture to take than Corey Hutchings battling it out with Chris Meyer and pulling out a victory? How about a hand for the entertainer, Corey Hutchings? Well, Keith, a lot of people talked about this car over the winter. how did it perform?
You know, it was absolutely effortless. I think everybody's going to be saying Ricky roll hoop. This crazy horse chassis is unbelievable. I mean, you know, the track definitely freed up from yesterday, and as free as the track was, this thing still drove hard off the corner and had an awesome nose on it. So, you know, can't say enough for everybody over at Crazy Horse Racing. They definitely put us together a stellar piece. But Clarence Realty, VP Race Fuels, FK Rod Ends, for Gold Performance Systems, and you know, everybody back at the shop. They worked real hard on this car over the winter, and can't thank you enough for the shop.
You think maybe you can win one more Budweiser hat before this day is over?
Yeah, there's a good possibility of that.
Well, he'll be coming from 12th in the Monday feature, Keith Rocco.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organization and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
All right, we're down here on the front stretch at the Waterford Speedbowl pit party, and one of the top young guns on the MRS series, and it doesn't matter if he's young or old, but he is the talented Tommy Barrett, and looking forward to back up what was a tremendous 2012 season, Tommy.
Yeah, it was a great year last year, and just hopefully we can continue this year. I totaled the car last week in practice here testing. Got in the turn 3 and we hit the wall, destroyed the back of the car, and my whole crew, my dad, everyone, we worked hard this week and got the car back together for today, and it should be pretty good.
Yeah, and you burst upon the scene last year. You picked up multiple wins, and I was at Lee the night you won there, and the strategy you use is you just kind of ride around, keep yourself on the lead lap. It's almost like watching a super speedway race with some of the guys, the way they choose on the cup level. Stay at the back, and then when it's time to go, and you do, and you put the charge on, and you're very exciting to watch, and you got a great fan base.
Thank you. Yeah, these tires are a little softer than the Tour and other types of modifieds, and you just got to hang back and save your tires, and like 50, 30 to go, whatever. When it's time to go, you just got to go, and everyone else's tires are giving up, and you're going forward, they're going backwards, and that's just what you got to do.
Yeah, now 17 years old, so you had to come in and you had to earn the respect of some of the older competitors. And how tough was that? Because it's one thing to them to respect you on the track, but then when you start beating them, it makes it even tougher.
Yeah, it started off pretty rough last year. Had a couple of rough races, got together with a couple of guys, and wasn't very liked. And things have straightened out a little bit over the season. I started gaining respect. I definitely got a lot more patient, and just got to keep learning. That's what I just got to do.
Now, are you running the whole MRS deal this year?
Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully we can get all 19 shows and be competitive, and hopefully go for the championship.
Yeah, so that's 17-year-old Tommy Barrett. And for all you Maine fans that tune into Mainly Motorsports, obviously he'll be at Oxford on the 250 weekend and then over at Beechridge. So this black number 9 is definitely, if you don't know who to cheer for, this is the guy, because he's going to put on a show. So good luck here this weekend, Tommy, and thank you for taking the time with us on Mainly Motorsports.
Thank you.
Right. Now, walking around this pit party, and familiar face to some of the older modified fans, and I hate to use the word old in any type of racing, but Mario Fiore, still in the sport after all these years. And anybody that doesn't know Mario, I mean, for years, you were the guy on that modified tour with the likes of Reggie Ruggiero, some of the other guys that drove for you, and you're still around the modifieds.
Oh, I appreciate the compliment. Believe me, I took like 10 years off after we stopped racing in 01. We won the opening race at South Boston, and just wasn't doing it for me anymore. And a friend of mine that raced on Modified Tour said, I really appreciate it if you come watch me race. And that was Justin Bosnior. So I went to the World Series and watched him race, and I sort of been coming ever since. And last year ended up going to Lee to watch the first MRS race, and I met them guys at Star. I was the Grand Marshal at Star, and just going through the pit, you meet people, and you coming to Lee? Probably, yeah. And I went with my buddy John Holland, the Sunoco guy, and I watched that whole fiasco up there that night, with him and John McKennedy, and I don't know, we've been good friends ever since. It's fun to watch Tommy race.
Yeah, it is, and the him he's talking about is the guy you just heard in the last interview, Tommy Barrett, and you've been around the sport for so many years. You see a kid come in like this talent. Who does he remind you of? I mean, obviously they all want to compare themselves to somebody. Who do you see the young Tommy Barrett being in some of the top names of modified racing?
Wow, I don't know. I ain't never really met nobody like him. Being only 17, it's pretty amazing. He don't mind starting in the back, and almost every driver would want to start in front, and it don't make a difference to him. Reggie had no problem. 10 laps to go. If we could win the race, if we're not going to win the race, pit, but we could change tires back then. They can't do that now. We flip them sometimes. Probably the closest. Reggie, that he's got no problem passing cars.
No, he doesn't, and the way he does it is amazing. And I personally want to thank you for. I was a little kid in the stands back then, watching the Teddy Bear Pools cars and following along. We used to come up to Oxford, and to see you still in the sport, still supporting the mods, and there's got to be these guys all look up to you, and and anybody that wants to follow Mario and some of his rants every once in a while, right? You're on Facebook, right?
Oh yeah, Facebook. I got nothing else to do all day, so yeah.
And you're not afraid to give your opinion. A lot of times your opinion's right. They might not like it, but it's it's right.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, it's my page. I can put whatever I want. So, but no, I don't care. But I'm really looking forward to the race today. It's a good race. It's a track where you can pass on with no problem. And with its first race of the year, I think tire wear, they're going to have to do tire management to keep the tires on the race car. So I think that's going to come into play. My buddy's starting 15th, so he's got a long way to go. And I think from the halfway point on, it's going to get real exciting.
Yeah, I think you're right. So thank you, Mario, for taking the time with us here on Mainely Motorsports. And this guy's given a lot of modified fans, especially up in the state of Maine, with the old Oxford Twin 100s and stuff, a lot of memories. And, making memories still with young Tommy Barrett.
Well, I appreciate it.
All right, Mario.
finishing in third. We saw him here years ago at Edema Light. This has to be one of the greatest moments of his racing career. Finishing in third, Anthony Nacella. Anthony to finish third an opening weekend in a Valente Modified Series race. What does it mean to you?
It's pretty awesome. We definitely tried it last year. We didn't have the best of luck, but definitely everyone worked hard this winter, helped us out. It feels great. I always wanted to run good on this tour.
How were you able to save your car for the stretch run? Because it appeared to John and I in the booth with about 20 laps to go, your car turned into a rocket ship.
Yeah, definitely pretty good setup. I had John Kennedy helping me, so he's done it a long time, so he definitely knew what to do and helped me set it up and stayed on the radio with me and kind of helped me pace myself along.
Who are some of the other people behind the scenes, your sponsors, who helped you get this podium finish today?
I got to thank my uncle, my father, Marcella Baby, Jim, John Kennedy, Kelly from Spartan, Leo, my mom, my sister, let's see, Seymour's. We got to thank Budweiser and the Montville team. It was pretty good to run good for them, and thank the fans for coming. It was a good race.
And we'd like to thank this man for a great third place run, Anthony Nacella. To finish in the runner-up position, Todd Anarumo. So Todd, who is the name of your fan?
This is my son, Ty.
Well, I think Ty saw some action today. It came down to a match race between you and Steve Massey. What was the difference between the two cars?
When he rolled up alongside me, I'd been by myself most of the day. I just got real throttle tight. I just couldn't race him when he was out there. Then after that restart, when I got up on the outside, I drove down into one, and because I didn't clean my tires enough, I ended up in the marbles. So second place, we're ecstatic. We got to thank Budweiser for supporting this event. Our hearts go out to the Montville and Marquis families. Big loss for them. So this event's for them.
Well, a very emotional Todd Anarumo. Second place on opening weekend, Todd Anarumo. Here is our winner, Classy Steve Massey. That Budweiser hat looks good on you. How did you get it? Because it looked like the first half of the race, you really weren't going to be a factor, and then something clicked in about with 30 to go, and you became a factor. What happened?
Oh, well, the car was on rails all day long. I got to thank Brad LaFontaine at Northeast Race Cars and Parts, and Budweiser for sponsoring the show today. And I want to dedicate this race to Chuck Montville, who passed away this past week. He's a great guy, and we're all going to miss him here in the racing community, and this one's for him.
I think the impressive part about this victory today, you had to pass so many great cars to get to the front, and still when you got there, you still had enough left to get by Todd Anarumo. How were you able to run on rails and still preserve your rubber for the final few laps?
Well, I surrounded myself with good people, and they really put my head on straight, and we were able to save our stuff in the beginning of the run, and we had plenty of left at the end to pass anybody we needed to.
First win of the year. Have you ever started a season with a victory here in the Valente Series?
Nope, this is the first for me. It feels good, and it looks like I'm going to run for the championship.
Well, right now you have the point lead. I didn't want to break the news to you, but we have a long way to go until October in the World Series. Who are the people behind your victory?
My spotter Andrew, my cousin Josh, Northeast Race Cars and Parts, Billy the Kid, FK Rod Ends. Anyone else who I'm forgetting, Pro Shocks. I want to thank the fans for coming out and watching the show. That's pretty much it.
Mom.
Well, he started his career at a track known as the Little T. He came up huge today at the Waterford Speedbowl. Steve Massey.
It's been a long winter.
But a brand new season of awesome auto racing starts Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. The New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150 for the American Canadian Tour.
Governor Maggie Hassan drops the green flag for wheel-to-wheel hot racing action.
Plus the Late Model Sportsman and Northeast Mini Stock Tour. Gates open at 10, qualifying at 1:15. Kids 12 and under are free.
Free
for the annual New Hampshire Governor's Cup 150. Sunday, April 14th at Lee USA Speedway. Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation.
We just made a special purchase of new travel trailers that normally sell from $25,000 to $32,000. Right now, you can buy these for only $19,999. You'll never see this price again, and with payments starting at $179 and no money down. We also have brand new 2013 campers, not pop-ups, starting at only $89.99. And all new fifth wheels on sale, with savings up to $20,000.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Gary Hotels, located in Brunswick, Freeport, Waterville, and Augusta, the official hotel of Mainely Motorsports. Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports right here from the front stretch at the Waterford Speedbowl, I want to thank the staff and everybody down here at the Waterford Speedbowl for the hospitality they showed all of us from Mainly Motorsports, as well as a lot of the main race fans that we saw show up here today for the event. And what a great time we had. Saw some great race action. You know, 2 or 3 of the races we saw today on Sunday, last lap battles for the win, and you can't ask for anything more than that. So I hope this is what all the race fans are going to expect to see this year at the races throughout New England and up and down the East Coast, the ones that travel. So I want to thank Dave McGuire and all the others that have helped us this weekend, and hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports, and get ready for this week as you can go to Lee, the opener, Icebreaker, the opener. Still a chance to start the season by being a race fan before your regular track opens up. So get out and support short track racing throughout New England as the season kicks off, like it did here today at the Waterford Speedbowl.